but Japan was half pleasure, half business. Dude, what a actual culture shock. People are like, hey, go here for that was a genuine culture shock of just things that you wouldn't expect that are just done so differently there. I think it's hilarious that in Japan, pretty much anything and everything has some sort of adorable mascot with big eyes. Like, you'll find like the Vagisil giraffe in the aisle of the pharmacy, or the funeral home hippo. Everything has some sort of like
funeral home hippo.
Horrible creature.
Like when Homer finds out he's on the Mr. Clean box. And
yes,
yeah, it's just like that. Very, very cutesy. I've also seen videos where, I don't know if you guys have ever like watched an American vlog in Japan, or really it's Japan more than any other Asian country. They really, really value silence and respect on public transit. Like, talking on your phone on public transit is very rude. Like, someone will come up to you and be like, hey, like, this is a public place. You don't have these conversations here. And some like American will be on their phone, and I'll see in the background of the clip, like, these Japanese people like furrowing their brows, like, what a dickhead this person is. And I can't help but be like, put your fucking phone down. You're making white people look like, stop it. Stop it. You're making us, you're either going to have a bad perspective of us. They're going to think all Westerners are rude phone talkers and that we're loud. I don't like that. I want to be.
They think worse of us than that. If that's what they thought of us, then we would have won. Like, I see those videos in China of them making fun of the people.
What are we talking about? When did we lose to Japan?
Dude, the most compelling like counterpoint to what you said, I thought you were saying we nuked them and they got over it. They can get over a phone call, and I was like, that's pretty compelling, actually.
I guess they did. Like, it seemed like after that nuking, they chose one of two roads: become completely infantilized, or just put your head down and work so hard you die in the office at 42. Like, it's one or the other. Either be a goofy tentacles and princess fucking like stay at home for your entire life and never do anything, or just work so hard that you kill yourself.
Do you know it's like a cultural thing in Japan that, like, if you're caught sleeping at your desk, that's a good thing. Like, the boss walks by that and is like, this guy's working himself to the bone. He can't even fall asleep at home. Like, he's here so much. Like, whereas in America, it'd be like, you fucking piece of shit. Like, get out of here. Like, you're soaking up time.
I went to Hiroshima, and I went to, by the way, first, it's weird when you go to like one of their museums that they have, they like take fault and ownership of all of the horrible things that they did in World War II. Like, yes, we got nuked, but it was kind of necessary for all the things that we were doing.
We're going a little hog wild.
That's how you know you've won the cultural victory.
Oh, yeah.
When they don't even look back on their beating bitterly, they look at it like an adult remembering a spanking when he was 11, and it really set him straight. You know, I could have gone down a bad path, but Dad whooped my ass, and look at me now. I'm pretty good at baseball.
I did a tour of all of like the different like major places in Hiroshima during the bombing, and I don't know how true this is, but I think it kind of checks out. The tour guide was trying to explain to us part of the reason why the culture in Japan is to respect anything and everything that your boss says. Like, your boss is ahead of your father, your grandparents. They are the most important thing in your life. According to the tour guide, part of it stems from what happened in Hiroshima, where apparently one of the very few survivors was working in an office, and all of this is set up like a museum. And the boss told him, hey, can you please go grab these papers for our meeting, blah, 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 blah. So this employee goes down to the cellar to grab these papers. And that's what is a part of the museum, the cellar, the basement. And apparently that's when the bomb goes off. Everyone in the company dies. Everyone in the surrounding area has been incinerated, except this guy holding the Wilson account. Like, Jesus Christ. So part of the story is like, hey, because that guy listened to his boss, because he came in on time to do the work, because I guess he was one of the early ones. Everyone was still on their way to work because it happened fairly early, because he came in early, because he listened to his boss. He survived. Now, all of you, listen to your bosses, work yourself to the bones, or otherwise you'll get incinerated and die a horrific death.
I mean, at least they turned that into a little bit of pro-work propaganda. That's very Asian of them. It's very Japanese. It is funny, like, that is the most, if that's a true story, which it sounds like it is, like
Let me look it up.
that's the most Mr. Bean scene I can imagine, where it's like, Bean, go get the reports, and then as he like bumbles up, it's a desolate, destroyed landscape with people's like shadows melted into concrete and all that sort of thing, with the horrible burns. That was a pretty mean bomb. A
I hate that
pretty
story.
nasty one.
I hate that they turned it into some sort of pro-work propaganda. That the lesson behind that piece of luck that might not be true is to obey your boss no matter what. Like it, fuck you. Fuck
And it's
you
not
for
true.
making this tragedy and making it so that people work hard.
And like the idea that the Japanese, like in the year, like when the Portuguese showed up 600 years ago or whatever, the first thing they saw was some guy being like, I am a terrible cardinal, you're right, and like cutting his bowels out on the beach. It's like, no, we showed up to that. You know, don't blame us. You guys were killing yourselves over like bad planting and design. The sand wasn't combed correctly. They went way too quickly to suicide in Japanese culture. They should have had a 3 strikes policy. That could have saved a lot of samurai. A lot of
Well, Kyle says it's true though. It feels like there's like 2 sides of the coin: the incredibly respectful, like super hard worker, and then tentacle porn, super horny dudes. I feel like I had a bit of that encounter. One night I went into, I forgot the Japanese name for it. It's a bar, but it only fits like 4 or 5 people. And so I'm there, and then there's 2 other guys on the other side of the bar that are called salarymen. I think that's the term for a Japanese worker, and they're always in their suit. It was like 11 p.m., and I think they just left their office. They didn't speak English. I didn't speak Japanese, but bless their soul, they were trying anything and everything to get me involved in their conversation, teaching me like kanpai, which is like cheers and stuff. And it didn't take more than like 40 minutes for these guys to start pulling out their phone and start to communicate with like photos. First, it was like super harmless. They would show me like Shohei Ohtani. And I'm like, baseball. I love baseball. Blue Jays. And they're like, oh, Blue Jays. This was before the World Series, I mind you.
Yeah.
And then they start pulling up like OnlyFans girls, and they start showing me like super hot big titty bitches, and they're like, huh? And I'm like, and then they're like, yeah, signaling like big boobs, and I'm like, I love big boobs. And this is like the only English that they pulled out the entire night. The one guy goes, oh, me too.
Dude, what an absolute king. He had that in his pocket. That's hilarious. So you starts off and you're like, wow, I'm really sharing cultures. And they're like, oh, pusaru? Like, just like showing you pictures.
You know, it probably isn't far off as that's how you say pussy, or because I was trying to learn some Japanese words, and it's like a skit trying to trick you into being racist. Like if you look up like how to say ice cream, I'm like, all right, I want to order ice cream. I look it up. Ice cream. No way. I'm not going to sit here and go up to the shop person and say, I want ice cream. No. And beer is a beer. No, this is written by the South Park guys. No way.
It's like, I was arrested. I was just using their language as the police are pulling the tape off of my eyes. I was trying to fit in. The beard already gave me away. Yeah, dude, Japan would be a sick place to go. Did you, I mean, this is a stereotypical question, but is the sushi there like incredible, or are you not some people are just not sushi guys?
No, I am a sushi guy. It's very, very good. But like, I also maybe don't have the, I don't know, adequate taste palette to be like, this is definitely from the shores of the Pacific. I'm like, sushi. It's like, to me, marginally better than all you can eat sushi. I can have a great time at all you can eat sushi as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. I don't know.
Food was good, but the best like the restaurant experience, we went to a bar called like Muscle Girls Bar, where you pay like a fee and it's unlimited, all you can eat, all you can drink for 80 minutes. And it's just like Japanese women that will slap you, carry you, squeeze lemons with their biceps as they make the drinks for you. It's a good time.
Weird.
Is the scam that they are so slow with getting you the food and the drinks because of their schemes that you don't actually get it? Because if they give me 80 minutes uninterrupted, I'm making them regret it.
The scam is that the drinks are huge and highly diluted. Like it'll be like a jar like this big, but it won't touch you in terms of alcohol level or anything like that. It's just like you're sipping sugar.
That's a good scam. Yeah, they're like, oh, you get as many margaritas as you want. One shot, 50 ounces of mix. Good luck. Good luck getting through one, idiot. I would be more upset about the food taking too long.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really a problem. Honestly, I was more there for the show of watching the Japanese girls. What was funny is that like everyone there was a couple, and there was like, for this particular show, there were 17 people. Everyone's there with their partner, boy, girl. Yeah, that's exactly the place. But if you kept track, that was an odd number.
I did keep track.
Yeah, there was one clearly local dude. Everyone else was just like a foreigner, a tourist, Australia, America, Canada. And then there was the one gooner Japanese dude who's just there. For his own fun.
That's good.
Yeah, so Taylor, you can see the drinks in front of like the green drinks. That was like their specialty. They're enormous and barely have any alcohol.
Oh, this is a place to order beer. Then they can't cheat you on that.
Yeah,
it's already very weak though compared to other alcohols, but still, this place looks like fun. Maybe a little too much activity after like. Actually, I was gonna say 80 minutes is probably the perfect amount of time to spend here.
See, I just don't care about them like squeezing the lemons and like being mildly flirtatious with their flat chests. You know, like if I wanted. I'm an all or nothing guy. Like if I want to see naked women, we're gonna go to some weird Japanese sex show, or we're gonna go to that banana show that the Marines are always talking about. We're gonna see some shit. But if I want drinks, I kind of want, like, if I'm looking for girls, that's a different place entirely. If I'm looking for drinks, it's not gonna be here. I don't know.
This was definitely a novelty thing.
Yeah,
we went to like a Coyote Ugly style bar in maybe Seattle, and I was just like, I think you kicked my drink, madam.
What does Coyote Ugly mean? That's when the strippers are
That's a
heavy.
$14 beverage you just kicked.
Like a titty bar.
But when the strippers are like kind of deep.
They don't get naked. It's more like this.
No, they're not like
Oh,
Hooters.
okay.
Like Hooters, but they're dancing on the bar, and they've got like pistols that shoot liquor into your mouth, and it's very like dancing, and there's routines. There's a movie called Coyote Ugly, and that caused all of a sudden there was a ton of those bars doing that.
I don't want anyone on my table in any situation.
Just literally
I have
on
to
the bar
move around my onion rings while she's doing the fucking doing the foxtrot on my table. No, fuck that.